From the pitch to the pouch, uncover the secret addiction plaguing footballers worldwide. Dive into the captivating world of snus as we unravel that allure that keeps these athletes hooked. Welcome to Athletic Primestars. Get ready for a mind-blowing exploration of what makes footballers so addicted to snus. Snus is a tobacco product that's sold in little bags resembling tea bags to allow nicotine to enter the bloodstream, and it's put close to the gum. Users claim that it has a relaxing effect and makes them feel good. Stronger variations may add a physical jolt that many football players unmistakably believe to be useful. According to England International's research, the high-profile athletic competition completely depends on the snus and is rarely observed without one. After a protracted time of battling to get fit, another well-known Premier League player woke up. A League Two player claimed that the frequent use had given the incidence of gum cancer, and a research study will be conducted by the Professional Football Players Association as part of a new campaign that will launch this summer to alert players to potential dangers. It's becoming more and more obvious that in contemporary football, taking snus has become commonplace, used by all athletes at all levels, from semi-pro to non-league, from major clubs like Manchester United and Manchester City. According to Liverpool Hope University's Senior Professor of Training Science, Dr. James Malone, the issue is that it can be really bad for your body. Along with a number of other negative effects, it can result in mouth or even throat cancer. Snus can be bought freely in the US, subject to age limits. However, the sale of snus is forbidden in the UK and the entire European Union, with the exception of Sweden, where it's native and has been since 1992. But consuming it is permitted. Football players that use it do not break the anti-doping laws. Atletico is aware of a club where attempts to outlaw snusing have failed since the practice is so pervasive. Players would openly empty their canisters while riding the team bus to games. Several players consented to talk about their usage of snus, but only under the condition that their identities remain hidden. They give this explanation because they fear they would ever offend the present or potential workers greatly. Thus, Player X will be used to refer to the former Premier League player. The athlete told that he recognizes his addiction and has concerns for his well-being. There are implications that at least 5 of his current teammates are regular users and that he was never advised against snus at any of his clubs. When he first did it, he was 18 years old, with some English footballers that he knew in Manchester. He added, "I tried it, and I liked it to be fair. It calms you down, makes you relax." At first, it was a calming technique employed by individuals, notably athletes who experience extreme anxiety or nervousness before games. However, the more you do it, the less impact it has. It intensifies into an addiction. Snus is thought to be 90% less dangerous than smoking. However, each sachet has more nicotine than a cigarette does. According to scientific studies, heavy use can increase the risk of heart disease and diabetes, prolong the recovery from muscle injuries, lower sleep quality, harm the gums and teeth, and make users more vulnerable to mental health problems. We have discovered that snus is very harmful, so say no to it by kicking it off to the goalpost and hitting that subscribe button. More and more clubs are noticing an increase in academy players who would take snus every day while competing. According to players at several EFL clubs, the tendency frequently begins when young Premier League footballers sign up for loans. So why did these ultra-fit athletes accept a product that is on the World Anti-Doping Agency's watch list so enthusiastically? It can lead to addiction, dependency, and a number of health issues. A club doctor claims that it simply does not fit the stereotype of unwavering passion to sport. Another school of thought holds that the young men have spent their entire lives receiving instructions on what to eat, drink, and how to act. Your attitude seems to be that it actually isn't that bad if this is the only rebellion you have. And it's true that there's a ton of information showing that the key players don't consider snusing to be a big concern. It has long been commonplace for instances in the northern nations. The Swedish international defender for Manchester United, Victor Lindelof, has shared images of his favourite snus on social media. Before scoring Sweden's decisive goal in the shootout penalties that advanced them to the World Cup quarter-finals against Romania in 1994, Henrik Larsson quietly placed a bag in his mouth, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic was caught on camera entering what looked like the same. Back in England, snus is reportedly considerably more common than the ordinary football fan is likely to realise, according to a variety of locker room tales. A goalie for a successful English team is said to have kept something under his net in order to have supply for a game on hand. Snus is sometimes traded between performers at clubs, where one offers to purchase snus in bulk online and give it to the teammates. Atletico has been informed by a number of Premier League clubs that they advise against its use and provide brochures to their players to that effect. However, no club has been willing to go on record as if they're not interested in being associated with it. Snus has previously attracted the attention of the media. Before England's training session at the Euro 2016, Leicester City and England midfielder Jamie Vardy was caught holding a tin of Thunder Ultra, an extra strength variety, sparking a flurry of media attention. Neil Lennon, a former Celtic coach, too regularly abused the substance. In his autobiography published the same year, Vardy wrote, "I used to have the odd fag on a night out on Fleetwood, but one of the lads introduced me to snus when I signed for Leicester and I found they helped me chill out. A lot more footballers use them than people realise, and some lads even play with them during matches." There was another burst of coverage in 2018 when the Daily Mail found a pouch in the Leicester City dugout. Snus use among the players in the UK is undeniable, even at the most amateur levels. One active non-league player tells Vice World News, under the condition of anonymity, it's ridiculously prevalent. It's especially popular in London, at one of my former clubs. The majority of the players used it before, during, and on the way to the games, among other things. Snus is preferred by athletes over smoking for the obvious reason that it doesn't reduce performance by causing lung damage. There's widespread consensus that snus use is significantly less dangerous than cigarette smoking. Snus use, in the opinion of certain managers and coaches, might impair a player's form. The player claimed, "In one dressing room, we had two lads who were known to do it, and the coaches thought they had a negative impact on their game. They felt that smoking snus before a game affected the players' mood and energy on the field. Whether that's scientifically accurate or not, though, I don't actually know. It definitely was not acceptable." Different clubs have adopted various strategies in light of the differing opinions among players, managers and coaches over whether snus is actually harmful to performance. While some have openly prohibited it and implemented sanctions and fines for players who use it, others have adopted a more lax policy. The PFA said that it would start a campaign this summer alerting players to possible health consequences. It can be addicting because it contains nicotine. Use of Swedish snus probably increases the risk of esophageal and pancreatic cancer, in addition to the risk of high blood pressure and lethality after myocardial infarction and stroke, according to a 2019 assessment by the Norwegian Institute of Public Health. Snus may not be risk-free then, but nor is it the narcotic scourge portrayed by some. The whole thing about cigarettes, and this is a misconception around snus, is that it's not the nicotine that causes the disease, death, and all the rest of it. It's all the stuff that's in the smoke, says Harry Shapiro, director of DrugWise. I can understand why people are worried they can't give up snus, but if you actually look at the medical harms, it's way better that they're doing this than smoking. I always say you have to look at the relative harms of snus or e-cigs, whatever it is, in comparison to smoking. Footballers were notorious smokers and drinkers in the past, particularly smokers. It's pretty obvious that this is a far safer way of consuming nicotine. Now you know what's actually going on. Now tell us, which side are you on? We have discovered that snus is very harmful, so say no to it by kicking it off to the goalpost and hitting that subscribe button.